Hi everybody, Ian Smith of Ian Smith Photography. Today I'm going to start the first video in a series of videos which are location guides. Location guides to Österlen, which is the area of Sweden right in the south that I live. It's where I do all my photography, and I think it would be really good for you guys to come on this journey with me and actually see the type of place that Sweden has to offer photographers. So I'm going to go to the little village called VIK, which is very, very close to where I live. And it's a place I spend a great deal of time shooting in. It's for seascapes mainly, but also VIK is this idyllic, picturesque little village. You'll see from the short video clips, which I'm really excited to show you, which will really give you a feeling of the ambience and the solitude and just the tranquility that this little village has to offer. So along the way, of course, it's a photography channel, so I'm going to keep it photography related, and really show you around the seascapes and the rock structures that we have there. So without any further ado, let's dive into VIK and have a look at this little place. So when you come into VIK, you're presented with a lot of little roads which take you down. Everything seems to lead towards the harbour. So once you get through this little village and having a look to see what it has to offer, you'll eventually end up down around the harbour and the beach area. Now the beach area is largely built up of little stones and rocks in this particular area. There's actually over 100 kilometers of white sandy beaches, but this particular stretch is mainly laid to stone. So I'm going to start off with just around the beach area, where when you park the car, you have these three little boats, and these boats sort of point towards the national park called Stenshuvud. Fantastic for birds, but that's another video another day. So as you can see, Stenshuvud's in the distance, which is the headland out there. And then when you make your way down onto the beach, you have a sort of myriad of different compositions. Now when the tide comes in and out, you're presented with different stones and a different sort of layout of the land, if you like. And if you can isolate some stones, you can get some nice minimalistic, or you can find a line. I spend a lot of my time just looking around the rocks and the different reflections. Sometimes it's like a throwback in time, and this kind of illustrates it. And then you can make your way into the harbour. Now the harbour is like most harbours, only this one in particular is really, really quiet, and you can find lots of nice lines for kind of minimalistic compositions. As I say, it's in the Baltic Sea, so you're kind of heading out always towards the Baltic and towards Stenshuvud, which you can see again in the distance. I'm going to show you some of the pictures I've taken from each location in this little location guide, which will show you what you can sort of expect in the mornings and in the evenings. So once we leave the harbour, we're going to walk through the village, which is all those beautiful little cottages which at this time of year are just caked in flowers. Nothing seems to happen around here. Okay, the summer is usually very busy, but this was shot just before summer, and you can really see the vibrance and get the feeling of what it's like to live here with the birds and everything. Then we go down onto the beach on the other side, which is laid on volcanic rock. You got all these lines that are pointing out to the sea. You can just sort of hear the the sea coming in and out. It's really tranquil, beautiful. There before you, you have the priest's bath, and you can see that it's a sort of structure with a priest lying on his back with his nose up in the air and a big stomach and his feet at the bottom. Moving along the coast, we come over to the Rose. Now, the Rose is somewhere I shoot quite a lot. You'll see some of the photos at the end of this video. You know, I always find that when you come here, you're presented with different compositions every time you come, and that makes it a really interesting, exciting place to come to shoot. And as we approach the Rose, you can see with the swirling rock structure, which is completely natural. At the moment it's got weed, which gives you this little bit of vibrance, but often it's different colours. There was reds during the winter, and it just makes a really nice subject in its own right. And as we move down onto the flat volcanic rock plates, you really find, this is where I get kind of like my most animated at the moment, because I'm finding all those lines and rocks and isolated stones, which in this shallow bed you can see the reflections of the other stones underneath, and every time I come it seems to present a different look, and I'm really enjoying shooting down here at the moment. The kind of minimalist photographer is going to find so many different compositions down here. So that is VIK kind of in a nutshell, and as we sort of leave the rock area and we move back up onto the path, taking us back into the village. Again, you've got a little hillside on the far side, so you've got some trees and woodland around and about, but more or less this is the village, and it's more or less a seascape area, or at least that's how I see it. So to round off, I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video and you get a feel for VIK and what it has to offer. As always, please leave a comment underneath and let me know what you think and if this is the right kind of location for you. And like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.